Now at 10, timing heavy rain for later this week, plus all eyes on 2 tropical systems. Your full forecast coming up.
Also tonight on Connecticut's news station, one city trying to stop recent illegal street takeovers. We'll look at the potential solutions to the problem that's on a rise all across our state.
It's just awful. I can't imagine what his family's going through today.
Plus, a 20-year-old Connecticut native is killed in a shooting in his college town. We'll have the latest on what happened.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we begin tonight with a Fox 61 follow-up as West Haven searches for ways to stop illegal street takeovers. Good evening, I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Thanks for joining us. Neighbors are upset after a street takeover. During that takeover, people on ATVs, dirt bikes, and cars drove recklessly through West Haven. And now those neighbors want something to be done to stop those dangerous events. Fox 61's Gabby Molina is live at the West Haven Fire Department with more, or Police Department that is, with more on potential solutions to an issue that's growing across the state. Gabby.
Ben and Sarah, in that particular incident, there were 2 arrests made, and both of the people that were arrested were adult men from out of state. But community members say that often there are young people that are also involved in these incidents, and more needs to be done to intervene. A quiet Sunday evening in West Haven, interrupted by the roar of hundreds of vehicles taking over the street.
Bikes, cars, trucks. I stood right on that corner with my cell phone. They were trying to grab my phone out of my hands as I was standing there. It was scary. It was really scary.
Kim Marie Mullen watched as hundreds of ATVs, dirt bikes, and more drove through her Morgan Lane neighborhood last week. Now she's joining other community members in calling for change.
These crimes are happening in broad daylight. So we have to band together, we have to make changes, neighborhood by neighborhood. That's the only way we're going to fix this.
Republican mayoral candidate Paige Weinstein says while there are adults that take part in these takeovers, there should be a larger effort to stop teens from joining in.
We can have programs within our school systems where there's more accountability. We can have activities. We can have different consequences.
Consequences that West Haven mom Lena Rodriguez says are currently not enough. She says 2 of her sons are among those who take part in takeovers similar to the one that occurred in this community.
And they get to court and there's nothing done. They're just put back onto the street or they're put into a little program. The program comes to the house once. I haven't seen the gentleman ever again.
She says she chose to speak out to call attention to the need for more resources for young people and to the influence social media and other people can have on them.
We can live in a home and teach our children right from wrong. But as soon as our children step foot into this mean, ugly world, they're influenced by the world around them.
Street takeovers have impacted several communities in the last few months. But the hope in West Haven is that the conversation will continue to find a solution.
Although these takeovers have occurred across Connecticut, they end here in West Haven.
And the conversation is set to continue. There's a public forum on the topic of takeovers planned for later this week here at the West Haven Police Department. That's scheduled for Friday night at 7. Live in West Haven, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Time to get to the Weather Watch here and check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for a first look at the forecast. After a beautiful stretch of weather, we're pressing pause here for a little bit. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, the clouds are rolling in as we speak, and we'll see them stick around for much of the day tomorrow. The heaviest rain this week will be Wednesday morning and Wednesday early afternoon. But in between now and then, there could be an isolated shower. In fact, we're seeing one out there right now in parts of northern Connecticut, Heartland, New Hartford, Granby, seeing just a couple of sprinkles. But it looks like for tonight into tomorrow, the heaviest rain, this plume of tropical moisture will stay just to the south of us, so close yet so far. We don't need it. Temperatures tonight hanging in the 60s, and as we head towards daybreak, there could be some areas of patchy fog and some mist to start off the day. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures climbing into the upper 70s. We're mostly dry, but again, there could be a shower in spots, especially later in the day and into the evening. By tomorrow night around this time, those showers might become a little bit more numerous. And again, we have that heavier rain for Wednesday morning. And of course, all eyes are on the tropics. Category 4 Hurricane Franklin and Tropical Storm Idalia with eyes on Florida. We're going to talk about both of these storms, but before I leave you, I want to say neither one of them are going to bring direct impacts for us here in southern New England, but we'll talk about both coming up in just a bit.
New at 10 tonight, a Monroe man's dead after crashing his motorcycle on Interstate 395 this morning. State police say it happened around 11:30 in Waterford near exit 2. Troopers say Mark Panino rear-ended a car that was slowing down in traffic. Panino was not wearing a helmet in the crash and was pronounced dead at the hospital. The driver in the car was not injured. The crash closed a section of the southbound side of the interstate for several hours. Anyone who saw the crash or has video of it should call State Police Troop E.
The town of Madison is mourning tonight after 20-year-old Nicholas DOnofrio was killed over the weekend down in South Carolina. Police say he was trying to get into the wrong home early Saturday morning when he was shot. Here's Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc.
We are hearing from Nick's mom tonight, who sent us a statement saying that he was the son every parent would wish for. She says Nick had a lot of friends in this community and was well liked, a community now wrapping their arms around his family.
We're fired also through the door.
The 911 calls from Columbia, South Carolina, telling the story of what happened early Saturday morning on South Holly Street.
They're stating that the subject didn't gain entry, there's glass on the floor, glass on the door.
Police say 20-year-old Nicholas DOnofrio of Madison was coming home around 2 a.m. He just moved to the area as a sophomore at the University of South Carolina. He was on the right street, but tried entering the wrong home. That's when police say the homeowner fired their gun through the door, hit DOnofrio, and killed him.
TB is advising one subject has been hit.
The tragedy shaking this small Connecticut community. Nick's mom sending a statement to Fox 61 saying how proud she was of Nick, how he was loved by his brother, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and extended family. She says Nick was, quote, funny, smart, compassionate, and loved life. We will miss him immeasurably, she says. We are extremely grateful for all the support we have received from family, friends, and the community during this tragic time.
It's just another gun tragedy. I mean, it's just awful. I can't imagine what his family's going through today.
Vanessa Rodenberg doesn't know the DOnofrios, but she knows this town, having lived here for 14 years.
When people go through difficult times in this community, because it's small, everyone rallies.
Especially for someone like Nick, who was involved in his community as an athlete. He graduated from Daniel Hand High School in 2021. These pictures showing him in his role as captain of the basketball team.
It's just too bad because it was just a young, vibrant, athletic, starting this amazing new chapter.
Now, Madison Public Schools will be offering mental health supports to anybody who needs it at school tomorrow. They sent us a statement saying, quote, Nick was an exceptional young man who excelled in the classroom and as an athlete. Our thoughts are with Nick's family and friends at this time. Now, as for this case, police tell us that the person who shot Nick has not been charged at this time. However, that is part of their investigation. We are in Madison. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
10 people are without a home after an apartment caught fire in Hartford. This happened early this morning at a home on Lenox Street. Fire crews say the fire started on a third-floor porch and then spread to the rest of the building. Everyone made it out safely. The Red Cross is helping the families who are now without a home.
A lieutenant with the New Haven Fire Department on administrative leave tonight after being arrested on sexual assault charges. Keith Norfleet is accused of sexually assaulting a 32-year-old woman while off duty. He turned himself into police on Friday. He was released on a $150,000 bond. New Haven's fire chief says that Norfleet will be on administrative leave until the outcome of an internal investigation and legal proceedings continue.
A story you'll only see here on Fox 61. A judge sentences a nurse who evaded responsibility for years. In 2020, she struck a young father with her car, leaving him to die.
Fox 61 was the only station inside the courtroom during the emotional sentencing today. Our Samaya Hernandez shows us those tense moments.
Sadly, we have covered a number of hit and runs, but in this case, no one was drunk, no one was high, and speed was not a factor. This was a crime of conduct that left a family broken. Waiting more than 3 years for justice for a young dad at the start of his life.
I do not hate you. I just hate the way you handle the aftermath of the accident.
Sharon Essen wiping away tears during emotional testimony from a broken-hearted family left to mourn a 19-year-old father of 2 whose body was discovered by a jogger on Albany Avenue in West Hartford after being left on the side of the road overnight.
The day it happened, I was going crazy looking for him until I got the phone call.
Isaac Alvarez was working at McDonald's to take care of a 6-month-old baby girl and 2-year-old son. He was riding his skateboard home in April 2020 when hit by 56-year-old certified nursing assistant Sharon Essen, whom a jury convicted of evading responsibility. His cousin wearing the jacket he had on that day.
To represent him right now.
Essen apologizing to the family for the first time Monday before Judge Frank Diodabo sentenced her to 6 years in prison, suspended after 3.
I'm sorry. And I didn't know I need somebody. If I know I need somebody, I would have stopped and helped. I didn't know. When I look at my vehicle mirror, I didn't see no standing object. No, I didn't see nobody around.
Judge Diodabo calling the crime a tragedy and the sentence not at all a reflection on the value of Isaac's life. Essen's crime not calling 911 after the accident.
He was happy. He was just coming home to his kids.
Isaac's family tells me they are not happy with this sentence, and Essen's attorney says he plans to appeal it. In Hartford, I'm Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We have much more